In the high-octane realm of American football, where split-second decisions and raw athleticism collide, Travis Kelce has long been a towering figure, literally and figuratively. At 6 feet 5 inches and built like a fortress, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end has amassed a legacy of gravity-defying catches, infectious celebrations, and a charisma that transcends the gridiron. His relationship with pop icon Taylor Swift has only amplified his stardom, turning him into a cultural phenomenon. Yet, even icons have their Achilles heels, and for Kelce, a recent milestone game against the Denver Broncos devolved into a spectacle of controversy that has reignited debates about his temperament. What should have been an unalloyed triumph, setting a new record for the highest touchdown score in a single game, spiraled into a heated confrontation, viral scrutiny, and accusations of anger issues that now shadow his every highlight reel. The game itself was a thriller, unfolding under the glaring lights of Empower Field at Mile High, where the Chiefs edged out a victory that kept their playoff hopes alive. Kelce, entering the matchup with a season already etched in lore, channeled his inner maestro on offense. His touchdown tally, a career pinnacle that etched his name deeper into NFL annals, came courtesy of pinpoint passes from Patrick Mahomes, his quarterback and confidant. The score wasn't just numbers on a stat sheet, it represented years of grind, from his days as an overlooked walk-on at the University of Cincinnati to Super Bowl glory and endorsement empires. Fans erupted as he crossed the goal line, arms outstretched in that signature Kelce flair, a moment meant to immortalize his prowess at age 36, when many peers contemplate retirement. But glory in the NFL is fleeting, and joy can flip to chaos in the blink of an eye. The flashpoint arrived late in the contest, amid the fray of a pivotal drive. Jaquan McMillian, the Broncos' scrappy cornerback standing at a wiry 5 feet 10 inches, intercepted a route with the ferocity of a defender fighting for survival. In the tangle of limbs and turf, McMillian rolled over Kelce's head, a legal but aggressive maneuver that sent the tight end sprawling. What followed wasn't the expected sportsmanship but a powder keg ignition. Kelce, adrenaline surging and pride stung, rose with fire in his eyes. He charged at McMillian, banging helmets in a clash that echoed like thunder across the stadium. The height disparity, 8 inches and a chasm of physicality, made the exchange visually lopsided, with Kelce looming like a colossus over the smaller defender. Officials swarmed, flags flew, but the damage was done. The scuffle was captured in high definition, destined for endless replays. Social media, that merciless arbiter of modern athletic morality, pounced with the speed of a blitz. Platforms like X, formerly Twitter, lit up with clips of the confrontation dissected frame by frame. Critics, emboldened by anonymity, zeroed in on the optics. A superstar towering over a little guy, unleashing what they deemed disproportionate fury. Travis Kelce loves getting into the faces of guys way smaller than him, one user posted, attaching the video with a string of fire emojis that masked disdain. Another quipped with dark humor, McMillian Small had to tippy-toe to talk to Kelce dog, reducing the intensity to a punchline that underscored perceived bullying. The chorus swelled, drawing parallels to prior incidents that had nicked Kelce's armor. Foremost among them was Super Bowl 58 against the San Francisco 49ers, where, in a red zone skirmish, he shoved head coach Andy Reid to the sideline, a paternal figure in Chiefs lore, sparking widespread hand-wringing about his emotional control. "I have been saying this man has anger issues since the Super Bowl against the 49ers when he got in Coach Reid's face," echoed a third commenter, threading a narrative of volatility that paints Kelce not as a passionate competitor but as a ticking bomb. This isn't idle chatter. It's a pattern amplified by Kelce's outsized profile. His New Heights podcast with brother Jason, a retired Eagles center, has humanized him, sharing stories of family, fame, and football's toll. Yet, those same glimpses, raw post-game rants or candid admissions of frustration, fuel the detractors. The Broncos clash, coming on the heels of a grueling schedule, tapped into a broader discourse on athlete mental health. Is Kelce's fire the spark of greatness, or a sign of unchecked aggression in a league already scarred by concussions and controversies? Kelce's post-game demeanor only fanned the flames. Storming off the field, helmet in hand, he bypassed the media scrum with a curt dismissal that spoke volumes. "If you're going to ask me about the record, I could care less about that right now," he snapped, his voice laced with the exhaustion of battle. It was a rare crack in the facade. The Swift-era Kelce, ever the showman with podcast plugs and victory dances, reduced to a man grappling with the moment's sting. No effusive thanks to fans, no humble brags about the milestone, just a wall of silence that invited speculation. Was it the scuffle's adrenaline crash, the pressure of chasing another ring, or the weight of public adoration turning to judgment. In an era where athletes are therapists, influencers, and gladiators all at once, such vulnerability resonates and repels. To contextualize this outburst, one must delve into Kelce's psyche forged on the field. Tight ends like him aren't just receivers, they're blockers, route runners, and emotional linchpins, enduring hits that lesser men would crumble under. His career highs, over 900 receptions, multiple Pro Bowls, and that enduring Swift romance, coexist with lows, injuries, contract squabbles, and the relentless scrutiny of being America's couple. The Reed incident, often reframed as tough love by Chiefs faithful, highlighted his loyalty's fierce edge. The McMillian clash, however, lacks that redemptive arc, landing as petty in the highlight void. Critics argue it perpetuates a toxic masculinity in sports, where size excuses intimidation, but defenders counter that football's brutality demands retaliation, tit for tat in the trenches.